Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a Torchwood review. I am Davros, and I'm Hoovian, and today I'm reviewing Torchwood, Children of Earth. So, this is the third series of Torchwood, which is a mini-series where it's 5 episodes and it takes place over 5 days, and we follow a serialized story where the children of Earth are behaving strangely as they're all in sync and all saying in the same language, English as the dominant language, all connected saying we are coming. And of course, the Torchwood team are under threat by British Secret Service that try and destroy the hub, which they do in a bid to destroy Captain Jack. But of course, he proves then again he can't die, even if you blow him up. Then, of course, they all band together with the help of UNIT to tackle the threat, which is an alien three-headed species called only we know as the 456. And they want 10% of the children's population. We discover as well that Captain Jack even came across these creatures back in the 60s, where he gave them some children. And of course, they come back for more when one of the children who escaped is now a man and sees Jack is back. And of course, Jack even we find out that he has a daughter and a grandson, and finds the only way to stop the 456 is to sacrifice his grandson and to save all the children of Earth at the cost of his grandchild. And of course, Jack, feeling burdened by this, decides to leave Earth indefinitely whilst Gwen is expecting her first child. And that is pretty much the last we see of Captain Jack, until we see him briefly in the end of time, when David Tennant's Doctor's bidding farewell with his companions. So what did I like about this? Well, this was a 5-part mini-series. We had the series to conclude a year before, and then not long after we had him link in with Doctor Who, the main show, and then we got him back for another series. Yeah, it was shorter, it was serialized, but I like that it didn't play weekly, because it played from Monday to Friday in a week, and I thought that was okay for me, and I did enjoy watching it. I also felt they went back to the dark elements of the Whoniverse again, and we see a grim, grotesque monster which we don't really get a good look of, the 456. I like that it looks practical, but we don't see much of this creature. We see that they build a gas chamber for it because it breathes in certain gases, and we see only glimpses of it, and what they do to the children is quite horrific, keeping them alive, as we find out they've been doing for the last over 4 years. I like that the less is more thing, because it gives you, the audience, the chance to use our imagination on this creature, also with its sinister dark voice as well. We also had John Barrowman and Eve Myles and Gareth David-Lloyd return as Jack, Gwen and Yanto, our 3 surviving Torchwood members after Owen and Tosh met their demise in the last series. And also, sadly as well, in the penultimate episode, we lose Yanto as the 456 unleashes a deadly gas, and only Jack survives, and another man survives from getting into a biohazard suit. So we see the end of Yanto in this. Reese, though, Kyoin, he gets more of a prominent role in this, helping out the gang, as he's on board with this, and is, they leave Cardiff to go to London to deal with this 456. We even get a character named John Frobisher, played by future Doctor at the time, Peter Capaldi, which I liked. I was like, the year before, at the time, he'd only been in the Fires of Pompeii, and Russell T Davies did confirm that he is the descendant of Caecilius from the Fires of Pompeii. And what happens at the end when he feels there's no hope for his family, killing them all? Russell said it was all those centuries of death that have finally caught up to him, because given the Doctor saved them, he was never supposed to exist, maybe. But yeah, he does, meet a demise in this at his own hand. But yeah, John Frobisher, who thought that in about, 4 years later, he would then return to the Whoniverse again in the main show to play the Doctor? Yeah. At that time, I just knew him as that guy who was in, Peep Show and, Doctor Who. But yeah, we all now know Peter Capaldi as the 12th Doctor in the show. But also we got other characters. We got Unit in this as well that played a brief role in it too, letting us know it's still in the Doctor Who universe. We even got like a little cameo from Nicholas Briggs as well, who is known in this modern age for voicing the Daleks, the Cybermen, the Jadoon, and many other creatures. He's a very gifted voice actor, and we got to see him on screen. We also get introduced to another side villain, Prime Minister Green, who, really takes into consideration giving half the population of children, or the entire population of kids, to the 456. And yeah, he plays Prime Minister Brian Greene, and of course that becomes his undoing, because it's he gets found out eventually from one of the secretaries who wear these contact lenses that record everybody. We even get a temporary recruit as well, Lois Habiba, yeah, that's her name, played by Kush Jumbo. Yeah, I thought she would go on to come back and return as a regular, but she didn't. But she was alright in this. We see, a lot of crazy stuff go on as well. And we see some drama. We find out Jack we now know he's had many lives and has had many families, and he, again, had a daughter in this with a son, and the grandson didn't know Jack was his grandfather, because it'd probably be too hard to explain. But, that performance where John Barrowman has to make that noble sacrifice to save the world, it's heartbreaking, but that was some good acting there. I also thought Gwen being pregnant, her being like the heart of the show, the sort of, her role in it, being pregnant. And we do see the baby in the following season. They have a little girl called Matilda. And also Jack gets his vortex manipulator fixed and he zooms off into space. Although he can't travel through time because the Doctor deactivated that bit. But yeah, this was also during the main show's gap year as well in 2009, where we just got specials from that year. So maybe the show also took a bit of a thing with that. Why we got this mini-series. The Sarah Jane Adventures did return though for a third series properly. But yeah, Torchwood, Children of Earth. What am I going to rate this one? I'll give performances a 9, because I think everyone gave it their all. The visuals, a 9. The writing, an 8. And my personal, I'll give it an 8. So yeah, there you go. There is my review for Torchwood, Children of Earth. Have you seen this one? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share with your friends and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. I have been Davros the Whovian, and this has been a Torchwood review. So, until next time, run for your life.